North Florida. I'm your host today. My name is Chris Hunter. I'm a husband, a father, a business professional, and the son of a soldier. I'm bullish on American business and business right here in North Florida. Today we're on location at Training for Warriors in Ponte Vedra Beach with Phil Squatrito, known to most as Coach Squats. I can say from personal experience that Phil's energy and passion for health and wellness is infectious. Phil, what is it that inspired you to get into the physical fitness industry?
Well, as a young kid, I actually wasn't into fitness at all. I hated it. My dad would beg me to go out and do some fitness with him, and he would have to bribe me with like chocolate or candy or a butter roll from a New Jersey deli, believe it or not. But I realized I didn't feel very good about myself, and I was overweight. I didn't eat the right things, and I just wanted to make a change. And when I found the weight room, that's where it led me to where I am today. But ultimately, the weight room is there to build your body up, to improve your mental fortitude, to build self-esteem, to build confidence, things that we need to be successful in life. And once I realized that was my passion, I knew I had to make sure I infected others with that so they can bring out the very best version of themselves. So it's something I've been super passionate about for many, many years, and I love making a positive impact in other people's lives.
Hands out, feet out, cross them up, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Phil, small business and entrepreneurship is the backbone of our country. What was it that made you take the risk to go out on your own, to start your own business, and build it into what it is today?
Well, I believe the service that I wanted to provide, the environment that I was in just wasn't going to be able to get me to where it is I wanted to go. So I knew that if I did it on my own with the values that I have and the principles that I believe in, that I knew that if I just took the risk, took the swing at the plate, put in the work, put the passion behind that, because that's a big, big part of it, that I knew it just wouldn't be a matter of, if I'm successful, it's going to be when I'm successful.
From the outsider, they drive by, they see your beautiful location. You've got a lot of members here locally, but it's hard for somebody to see some obstacles that you may have overcome to getting to this point. What were some of the challenges that you had to face to get your business to where it is today?
Well, lots of challenges. Number one, you got to get your significant other on board, right? So that was a big part. In the beginning, it was tough. Like, I'm not going to lie, anything worth easy isn't ever worth a place going. But it was tough. Like two jobs, just making ends meet, hustling and grinding. But again, when you feel in your heart that something's leading you to a place, you just have to follow it. You got to be one to put in the work, and you got to be relentless in pursuit to get to where it is you want to go until you achieve success. And it wasn't overnight by any means. It was a lot of work and just taking care of people and getting out in the community and just doing things right by people. And in the world we live in today, there's not many exceptional services in any entity, in any business. It's always like mediocrity. It's like we accept mediocrity. We go to a restaurant, yeah, it was okay, but we keep going. We go on a vacation, it was okay, we keep on going. It's just mediocrity seems to be the standard. And I knew if I just delivered and over-delivered and just gave everything I got to every relationship, every conversation, every training session, that I knew that's something that people are going to want more of. And I knew that's something that's going to be contagious, and that's what's going to lead to success.
Well, it sounds like you guys came out of the pandemic stronger than ever. So what's next for TFW?
Wow. Well, we're always evolving. We're always trying to get better and improve. From a training standpoint, hey, we believe what we do, it's what the best in the world do. So if you went to the University of Florida, if you went to any professional sports team across the country, this is how they train. Everything's tracked and measured. Everything, there's a reason of why we do it, but it's about building individuals up, because not many people know that a workout place may be too different, other than the colors or some of the things you do. But no, like, the science behind it is everything. But at the same time, what's more important is the coach behind the science. going to have a great team, then the sky's the limit. And ultimately, our goals and our future is to continue making an impact in this community, to reach as many individuals as we can, to make sure that they're taking care of their physical, they're taking care of their mental, because as we know right now, hey, cancer is an all-time high, diabetes is an all-time high, self-esteem is an all-time low, obesity is an all-time high, and so many of these things are corrected through the right exercise, through the right dosage, through the right nutrition, and that is coachable. And if you have the right coach, it's amazing how much you can achieve.
Phil, if I was an entrepreneur and I wanted to get into this industry, or really any industry, as a successful business owner, what piece of advice would you give me?
But I think the number one thing, other than work ethic, is you have to have passion. Right? The passion has to fuel you when things are tough, when adversity hits, when challenges arise, because they will. It's inevitable. There's no doubt about it. And I can tell you countless amounts of challenges and things that I never knew I would expect or had to deal with. Wow, they hit you in the mouth. But you know what? When you train your body and you train your mind, you're definitely more apt to overcome some of those challenges. So you just got to dig in. The other thing is you got to surround yourself with people that are on the same mission as you, people that support you, people that see your vision and want to see that vision through because they believe in what you're doing too. So it's relationships and develop them and take care of the people around you. It's have just an insurmountable amount of passion. And lastly, just be willing to work your tail off until you get to what it is that you want to go. And then once you get there, you still need to continually foster it and love it and work on it. And don't say, hey, I got to the top of the mountain, I can just turn the keys off and go on vacation. No. This is a 24/7 thing, but I would not have it any other way.
So to that, there's no question that you're a hard worker, that it takes a lot of hard work and passion to build a business. You mentioned earlier that you've got to make sure that your spouse is on board. Being a business owner, you said it's a 24/7 gig, so how do you balance the family time? You've got
So balance family time, delegate and trust your team. So I have a great team. I trust them. I delegate things to them, and that's what makes everybody happy, right? So you give people responsibility. A lot of business owners it's just about the owner, and everybody else is an employer. I treat everybody like family that comes in this door. So my coaches, they're family. My students, they're family. And hey, if we all work together, then everybody wins.
Phil, I know that training for Warriors, it's not everything for you, right? You've got a family. You're involved in the community outside of the gym. You're involved with your kids and their athletics. Tell us a little bit more about what you're doing from that perspective. Specifically, you've got 4 children, four young kids.
Oh yeah.
How do you stay involved in their extracurricular activities and be present as a father and as a business owner?
Well, I always believe that the best thing outside of being called dad is being called coach, and I believe that, and I love that, and I believe everybody's a coach to somebody. So getting involved with my kids, and my girls are into flag football. That is something that I am blessed now with a son, my 4th. But I never knew I was going to have a son, and football is something that's very passionate in my family. And starting this girl power flag football league, it's just amazing that to see from 16 girls to 142 girls.
So what inspired you to be more than a coach and to really create a league where young girls can thrive and grow emotionally and physically?
Well, again, my oldest daughter now, she's 10, I can't believe it, but when she first started out in flag football, she was 5, and it was co-ed, and she was the only girl, and it was all about winning, and only the best ones played, and I just said, that's not what it should ever be about, because if you ever had a bad experience as a kid on the baseball diamond or on the hockey rink, and the coach yelled at you, or you made a mistake, and nobody built you or lifted you back up, you may never play that sport again and hate that sport again. And it happened to me in baseball, and I can't watch baseball to this day because of that. So we're so impressionable as kids, and I know that if we build these kids up with an all-girls flag football league where there's no intimidation, it's all about winning and throwing clipboards and cursing and everything else. It's all about everybody else, and when everybody comes out and competes in a healthy, positive, encouraging environment, everybody wins.
And just like any competitive sport, you're not going to go out there and win every single time. Just like you're not going to go out and win in business every single time. But it seems like you're giving these girls, these children, the tools, the foundation to overcome obstacles and setbacks. So is that what you would say makes Training for Warriors unique or sets you aside from other competition? Or we're in a space where society is starting to lean more towards health and wellness. So what is it that makes TFW unique?
Well, like you said, there's workout facilities on every corner, right? I think there's a few things that really make the difference in what we do and maybe what other places don't do. And the first thing is, I'm the head coach, I'm the owner. Number one, I have complete passion for this business, for training, for fitness. I know the benefits. They go far beyond these four walls in terms of what they're going to become when they leave here. And ultimately, it's about getting people to feel good about themselves, instilling confidence and self-esteem, and just over-delivering, not just with the training session, but following up, making sure that people are getting everything they need, making sure you're helping them out. And you have to have a passion for what you do. You have to have a passion for others. And you absolutely have to have a passion for not making it all about money. And I've never done this for the monetary value. I never said, hey, I'm going to make a lot of money in fitness, because the truth is, when I was in college, I graduated with a degree in exercise physiology. I remember the first handout that our college professor gave us, the average salaries of a personal trainer, and it was less than $30,000. And I said, well, I don't care what this says. I'm going to do what I love anyway. And I think that's what you have to have. You have to really make sure that you do it for the right reasons, because people can see right through that. If you meet with somebody and you're about their paycheck or about that wallet, they're going to see right through you. And it's never been about that for Training for Warriors. It's always been about the people and really believing in people and building them up instead of breaking them down, and to be comfortable when you walk through these doors, to feel good about yourself, to leave it all on the table, and to know that the people that you're training with and exercising with and the coaches are with you. They are right in your corner every step of the way.
Great. So as a country, we are on the heels of a pandemic, right? You've built this successful business, but how would you say the pandemic has changed the way you do business from pre-pandemic now entering into the post-pandemic era?
Well, it always comes back to how you treat people. And the first thing I'll say is, we've always over-delivered and went above and beyond and really worked on relationships and people and instilling that trust in one another. So when we actually needed help during the pandemic, man, I couldn't be more humbled with all of our students who said, hey, coach, we got your back. Like, hey, coach, we're going to still continue to pay for our membership. And that allowed us to, train virtually and still continue to pay my coaches. And just amazing when you do right by people, when you need it most, people do right by you. And but I would say, to answer your question, ultimately, it's about giving everything you got to everyone you know, in every conversation, in every relationship, in every rep, in every set, and everything you do. And that's ultimately going to lead to successes. So when we opened back up, we had to evolve, because people didn't really necessarily want group training. There's a pandemic. You had to be social distancing. So we changed the way we did our group structure. In the past 7, 8, 9 years since we've been here, I've really tried to foster and establish relationships with the schools, with the community, because I wanted to do that, to give back and to serve and to do charity events and to do things and fundraisers, not for any money, but just to give and to help. And planting all those seeds had really led to other opportunities. So now, where maybe we're not as successful just with adult group training, man, we're training 4 sports teams from local schools. We're in 4 local schools, working with these kids after school, really preaching the gospel of fitness and making sure that these kids are eating the right things and establishing these great habits at a young age. So now, instead of maybe just the adult population that we had, now we're doing every population, from young kids as young as 5 to older adults nearly 80 years old. Wow. So it just opened up all these other opportunities and avenues, but it wasn't by luck or coincidence. It was just by creating relationships and giving everything you got to everyone you know, and I'm forever grateful for that. So that would be my advice. Create relationships, meet great people that really stand for the same values and principles that you do, and hold on to and cherish those relationships. So COVID, there was a lot of silver linings, and all those relationships we built, it was like, hey, we're going to strengthen our relationships. We're gonna dig our heels in, and we're going to make this thing work one way or the other. We got to evolve. We evolve, and we're just going to get after and give it everything we got. And because of that, we're standing stronger than ever today. So I appreciate the opportunity for this, because I'm passionate about not just what I do inside these walls, but outside these walls, and if we can help in any other way, an entrepreneur, because that's what I am. And hey, it's scary. There's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of what ifs. But if you have those things, you fuel yourself with passion, something you believe so strongly for, you'll die for it, and you surround yourself with great people, and you're willing to work your tail off, then it's not about if you're going to be successful. It's when you're going to be successful.
Well, Phil, I want to thank you for your time today.
You got it, Chris. Thank you.